Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, B'Kakadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, salutations to the elect of Israel. Shalom to you. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom to you. First and foremost, I just got to say the water, Lord. I got to say thank you, Lord, for another day, another Shabbat. Another day of making it to sundown, regardless of all of our iniquities, setbacks, shortcomings. Just showing us mercy. That being said, I wanted to go into Psalms 31. I've been in the book of Psalms for a while now. I've been reading Psalms a lot. And Psalms 31 was the one that I wanted to, just do a little lesson on. Just read it, and we can just, read it together, and we can be edified, Israel. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. In thee, O Yahweh, do I put my trust. Never let me be ashamed. Deliver me in thy righteousness. Now, I'm David is one of my favorites listen, I love all the prophets. I love all the men of the Lord. I love all the women of the Lord. I love them all, but there are a few that really stick out to me. Peter's one. Other than, Yahweh Shai, of course. David, Yahweh Shai, Peter, Paul, Abraham, but it's always King David and Yahweh Shai. It's always those two, and Solomon too. But Solomon, reincarnated Yahweh Shai. You know what I mean? When the Canaanite woman asked the Lord to save her daughter, she said, "Oh Yahweh, thou son of David." I mean, come on, we all know David's son was Solomon, reincarnated, but that's me. But only through the Spirit teach you that. But I like David because David was a warrior, and David, and through the scriptures, David was a man after the Lord's heart. We all know the heart is the mind. So he was after his mind. He wanted to be like the Lord. He wanted to think like the Lord. He what I mean? Like he was enamored with the Lord, and and this is the way we have to be. And David took his bumps, and he kept going, but he still did not take his eyes off the Lord. And so let's go to Psalms 31:2. Bow down thine ear to me, deliver me speedily. Be thou my rock, Salakia, be thou my strong rock, and for a house of defense to save me. Now let's grab up. See if we can grab up a quick precept on that. See if we can go right here. Boom, Proverbs 18:8. Let's get it. The name of the Lord, the name of the Lord, the name of the Lord Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe. All right, let's go right back. Okay. Alrighty. And boom, for thou art my rock and my fortress, therefore for thy name's sake, lead me and guide me. Come on, man. Like, pull me out of the net that they have laid privily for me, for thou art my strength. Now we know who's laying out the net is the wicked, right? Let's see if we can get that here too. Let's see if we can get that. Psalms 91:3. Surely he shall deliver thee For from the spence of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence, he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. 5. For thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor the arrow that flieth by day, nor by the pestilence that walketh in the darkness, nor the destruction wasteth by the noonday. We all know that David seen the vision of Babylon being destroyed, right? Under his feathers and his wings, those are the chariots. His truth shall be thy shield and thy buckler. The truth is this word, this wisdom and knowledge and understanding of this word. Shall thou not be afraid of the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flies by day. We all know what happens in the night when, a lot of things can happen when the sun goes down. We know that, especially when there's no lights. And know the arrow that flies by day. We know what the arrow is. The arrow is that missile, all right? Know the pestilence that walketh in the darkness. Destruction, pestilence, disease, like bad, something bad. Nor for the destruction that wasted in the noonday. So once again, the sun come up, you look around because you ain't seen nothing. There's just destruction everywhere. So the Lord's going to protect us from that. And David is speaking on that as well. Okay? So let's go to Psalms 31:5. And to thine hand I commit my spirit. Thou hast redeemed me, O Yahweh, thy power, the God of truth, the power of truth, the God of truth, the God of everything. The power of everything, the power of truth. To thy hand I commit my spirit. I commit who I am. I give you my all. Right? Psalms 51:6. I have hated them that regard lying vanities, but I trust in the Lord. I trust in Yahweh. Now let's talk about these liars here. Proverbs 6. Let's go there. Let's get it. Proverbs 6 and I'm sorry, what was it? Yeah, Proverbs 6 and 16. Let's get there. 6 and 16. Boom. All right. 6 things doth the Lord Yahweh hate. Yea, the 7th are an abomination. A proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among the brethren. So this is what I'm saying. These are things the Lord hates. First of all, there's not an Israelite walking this earth that should be proud of anything, because you don't have nothing. All right, you shouldn't be proud of nothing. And a lying tongue and hands that shed innocent blood. People lie all day, and people just act like they don't have to. They don't have to atone for that. They don't have to. There's no apologies. Like it's real. Hey, but I mean, people think they can do whatever they want. The Lord's not gonna. The Lord don't see it. The Lord ain't gonna deal with them. I guess He just deals with the men of the Lord, nobody else. All right. So, but yeah. See, I've hated 31:6. I've hated them that regard lying vanities, but I trust in the Lord. I trust in the Lord Yahweh. All right. I will be glad and rejoice in thy mercy, for thou hast considered my trouble. Thou hast known my soul in adversities. See, I will be glad and rejoice in thy mercy. And that's what we have to do. And through the Spirit, that's what I was saying earlier. I was like, I'm thankful because, this is mercy. We know that we are not being, we're not getting our butts beat worse than our iniquities. You know what I mean? Like, our iniquities are so bad, it should be worse than what it is. And it's not, because the Lord has mercy on us. He has mercy on His elect. He has mercy on the Israelites. He has mercy on those that are doing His will. The ones that are hot, not the ones that are cold, not the ones that are lukewarm. All right? Boom. All right, okay, boom. And 31:8. And hast thou and hast not shut me up into the hand of my enemy, thou hast set my feet in a large room. So once again, He's like, you didn't even, the enemy doesn't even have a chance. The enemy, you didn't give me to the enemy. You didn't give him to me. God's not shut me up into the hand of the enemy. You didn't give me to the enemy, Lord, because you control everything. You didn't give me your mercy. You didn't give me to the enemy, but you set me in a large room. You set me in a place where you are. You set me in the kingdom. I'm here. I'm safe. I'm with you. My trust is in you. So you put me someplace where it's large, and I'm nowhere near the wicked or my enemies. Have mercy upon me, O Yahweh, for I am in trouble. My eye is consumed with grief, yea, my soul and my belly. So have mercy on him, Lord, because he's in trouble. He needs help. He needs mercy. David understood who was in control. And David also understood how he played into not being in control, but also realizing who was in control and how he could help him. You know, the same one that's bringing all this pestilence and destruction and earthquakes from Matthew 24 and 2 Esdras 15 and 9 and all these other scriptures. You know, the Lord's doing all this. You know, so it's like we need to be working with the one who's doing all this. Come on, man. I mean, come on, y'all. This is y'all. You know, y'all can get this. Y'all should have had this already. All right. Let's see. Boom. Okay. 10. For my life is spent with grief, and my years with sighing. My strength faileth because of mine iniquity, and my bones are consumed. So David he said, my life is spent with grief, and my years with sighing. My strength faileth because of mine iniquity. So what did Paul say for that? When we are weak, let's get that, because let's get that. Yep. 2 Corinthians, right? 2 Corinthians 12. So this 2 Corinthians 12 is when Paul's talking about that thorn in his side, right? That that thing to keep him humble, right? And lest I should be exalted above measure, the abundance of the revelations, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh. This is 2 Corinthians 12 and 7. A messenger of Satan to buffet me, to mess with me, right? Lest I should be exalted above measure, right? This is, there are things put in places to humble us, to keep us humble. For this thing I besought the Lord thrice, 3 times, that it might depart from me. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, and my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, I glory in my infirmities, that the power of a Mashiach rest upon me. So we go back to Psalms 31. That what David said, for my life is spent with grief. He's grieved. He's like, man, like this is, like what's going on here, man? I got these people on my back. I'm over here sinning. Like the Lord sending these people on me to get me. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? I've made a mistake, so I have to deal with the consequences of that. I went off. The Lord's dealing with him, right? Because the scriptures say what? The Lord chastens who he loves, right? So, my years with sighing. So he was sighing. What the scriptures say, right? Put up when Ezekiel 9 and 4, put a mark on the forehead of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations. He was sighing. He's like, man, my strength fails because of my iniquities. So because of what he's done, he's been iniquities. So you can go right back to 2 Corinthians 10 and read down from 7 on down. And my bones are consumed. He felt so bad. He felt so bad to his bones. It was like from flesh to bones. To his bones he was grieved. To his bones. I was a reproach among all my enemies, but especially among my neighbors, and a fear to mine acquaintance. They did that see me without fled from me, right? So he was reproached to his enemies. His enemies laughed at him. They called him names, everything else. But especially among his neighbors, around his own people, they were talking bad about him. Sound like the men of the Lord. Sounds like that persecution we have to go through, right? So like that persecution we have to go through, all right? And the fear of mine acquaintance, right? and they that did see me without fled from me, right? So they seen David didn't have nothing. David wasn't sitting on that throne no more. He didn't have nothing to hand down. So David was like, man, get out of here. You just like us now, right? I am forgotten as a dead man out of mind. I am like a broken vessel. David's going through it right now. For I have heard the slander of many. The fear was on every side. While they took counsel together against me, they devised to take away my life. That's what these people do every day. They hate seeing us out here with our fringes on, speaking the word, speaking the truth. Listen, the same people a lot of people walk around here that listen, that's the same person that encouraged me for years to do what I'm doing now, mad at me because I'm doing what I'm doing now. Because I told them something that they weren't supposed to be doing and they didn't like it. Telling me that I'm deceived. Okay, sure. But once again, that's the price that you got to pay. That's one of the prices you have. That's a part of the contract. It's a part of that covenant. It's part of that blood. It's not about the fine print, baby. This is all plain. There ain't no fine print on this contract. All right, this ain't no hidden. There's nothing hidden in this walk. All right. 31:14. But I trusted in thee, O Yahweh. I said, Thou art my power. My times are in thy hand. Deliver me from the hand of mine enemies, and from them that persecute me. Yes, that's something that the men of the Lord ask. To deliver me from the hand of my enemies. We don't want to be caught up when things pop off here. We don't want to. We pray that the Lord don't give us over to these wicked demons, to get away from them. From the people at our jobs, from the people in the complexes we live with, everything. Driving home, taking a bus, whatever it is you do. Make thy face shine. Make thy face shine upon thy servant. Save me for thy mercy's sake. For your mercy, Lord, save me. Please, let me not be ashamed. He said that again. O Yahweh, for I have called upon thee. Let the wicked be ashamed, and let them be silent in the grave. David's asking the Lord to get them out of here. Let the wicked be ashamed, and let them be silent in the grave. Let the lying lips be put to silence, which speak grievous things proudly and contemptuously against the righteous. That goes for you wicked 2/3, and that goes for you filthy heathens, you filthy Edomite dogs, and all you other wicked nations that want to be that hate the children of Israel, and especially the men of the Lord. Oh, how great is thy goodness, which thou hast laid up for them that fear me, which thou hast wrought for them that trust in thee before the sons of men. That's huge right there. How great is thy goodness, which thou hast laid up for them that fear thee. That goodness. Let's see if we can look into that word of thy goodness. Let's look at that.
Strong's H2898. Tuv.
See. Good things, goodness, good things, prosperity, fairness, beauty, joy, goodness, abstract, goodness, taste of discernment. Right? So let's go back to that. And boom, 19. Oh, great is thy goodness, which thou hast laid up for them that fear thee. Goodness, goodness is just goodness. I try to see something else. Goodness is goodness, and it's laid up for what? For them that fear the Lord. If you fear the Lord, what is it? Ecclesiastes 12 and 13 says what? Here is the whole duty of man, to fear the Lord and keep his commandments. If you fear the Lord, you are doing what the Lord tells you to do. And listen, we're in these fleshly bodies and we go off, but at the same time, we should still be fearing the Lord. You mess up, get up, dust yourself off, and keep going. Keep going. All right? You can do it. We can do it. All right? Okay. All right? that which thou hast laid up for them that fear thee, which thou hast wrought for them that trust in thee before the sons of men. Right? We go out here in front of these heathens and we proclaim the name of the Lord. Thou shalt hide them in the secret of thy presence from the pride of man. Thou shalt keep them secretly in the pavilion from the strife of tongues. The Lord is going to protect you, Israel, but you have to fear him. Fear the Lord and keep his commandments. If you're doing that, the Lord's going to take care of you. And I'm never going to sit here and say it to the best of your ability. You won't hear that coming from me. Right? Here, and this is why I don't say it. Yep. Ecclesiastes 9 and 10. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with all thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave, whither thou goest. Right? So listen. So while you got time, while you're able to do something, while you're able to do the work for the Lord, do it with everything you got. Because guess what? There's no work nor device, right? There's no work, there's no device, there's no cell phone, there's no laptop, there's no TikTok, right? There's no knowledge nor wisdom in the grave. All right? So that's why you'll never hear me tell you, oh, do it to the best of your ability. Nah, you ain't never heard that from me. I don't, nah. All right? You do it with everything you got. All right. Where do we stop at? I'll read 20 again. Psalms 31 and 20. Thou shalt hide them in thy secret presence from the pride of man. Thou shalt keep them secretly in the pavilion from the strife of tongues. Blessed be the Lord Yahweh, for he hath showed me his marvelous kindness in a strong city. So once again, we are in a strong city. We're in Babylon the Great. There's police. There's, we live in places where there's military, everything else. We're in a strong city, right? Everyone knows. Everyone used to be afraid of Babylon. Everyone's not afraid of Babylon no more. All right. For I said in my haste, I am cut off before thine eyes. Nevertheless, thou heardest the voice of my supplication when I cried unto thee. So see, David was, like I said, David's going through it. And he was like, man, in my haste, man, it's so upset in the flesh, not in the spirit. Man, I'm cut off from before that. I'm cut off. The Lord's not dealing with me. The Lord's not even dealing with me. The Lord don't care. Like that's how David was talking. He said, but nevertheless, thou heardest the voice of my supplications. We all know supplication is, that's prayer, that's begging. When I cried unto thee. So even though I was caught up for that moment saying some wildness, you still heard my voice. When I cried unto you. That's mercy. The Lord's merciful. Merciful to them that fear him. Let's make sure we keep that straight here. Oh, love the Lord Yahweh, all ye saints, all ye Israelites, for the Lord Yahweh preserveth the faithful, and plentifully rewardeth the proud doer. So be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart, all ye that hope in Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. All right. That's Psalms 31. Hopefully this lesson was edifying. I want to give all glory and honor to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, by Shem with the Conquerdash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and all you brothers out here that are pushing, keeping your hands to the plow, and some of you very few sisters. Till next time, Shalom.